Hi everyone, this is Dr. Menije. Today I want to talk to you about your evening routine. In my previous episode, I'll talk to you about your morning routines and I shared with you ways to have a good, strong morning routine. So if you haven't, make sure to check it out. But I wanted to come back to the end of our day and also talk about how to have a good evening routine. I know from my clients that a lot of people struggle with high anxiety and high stress in the evening. It makes it very hard for them to fall asleep. They often complain to me that they can't shut their minds off. I think there are a couple of reasons why this happens. One of them is that during the daylight, with all the commotion, all the noises, all the tasks, all the people, we're a bit distracted from our internal world. I think we get distracted by the inner anxiety and stress that we're struggling with. So when the day comes to an end, the lights are out, and we're in our own space, we have alone time with ourselves, we start to notice all the anxiety and stress that's sitting there. The other reason that we might be having high anxiety at the end of our day is that the stress of the day probably piles up. All the exhaustion by the hour tends to create some mental fatigue we experience at the end of the day. And like I said, we find it really hard to turn it all off and get ready for sleep. And this is a major problem for us because psychologically, I think it's very important for us to make peace with the day. We really need to make some closure and understand that the day we just had is about to come to an end, and we really need to make peace with everything, the ups and downs, the good and the bad. When we start to get ready for sleep and have chances for restful sleep, it's very good for our body. We know that a good sleep hygiene improves our memory, improves our attention, it reduces stress, it improves our immune system, and we're also allows our body to restore itself. When we wake up restful, we also have a better chance to take on the new day with more patience, with more resilience, and with more kindness. So I wanted to talk to you about how to set up a good evening routine. So first things first, we really need to set up the time for your evening routine. So I want you to ask yourself, what's your ideal sleep schedule where you have 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Would you like to be asleep by 10 p.m. and wake up at 6, or be asleep by 11 p.m. and wake up by 7 a.m.? So it is important for you to know your personal sleep schedule and sleep hours. So let's say that you decided you like to be asleep by around 10:30 p.m. because you like to wake up by 6:30 a.m. the next day. So if you want to be asleep by around 10:30, I would like you to start your evening routine about an hour before. So around 9:30, we have an hour window to get ourselves ready and go through some of these steps I'm going to be sharing with you. So it's about 9:30. First things first, you gotta say goodbye to your phone. No more electronics. Because the truth is, you already checked all the text messages, you already read all the emails, you already probably cruised on the internet, were engaged in your social media account. So there's really, honestly, nothing more you can do with your phone. And I know I've been very guilty of having my phone with me until the very last minute I'm asleep. So the first thing we need to do when we start our evening routine is put our phone away. I do recommend to use some of the settings available with our phones now that gives us, allows us to set it up where it kind of turns itself off or deactivate some of the apps. The next thing, once you put your phone, computer away, TV is off, hopefully you don't have any TV in your bedroom. That's definitely one of the things that have been highly recommended for good sleep hygiene is to remove TV from the bedroom. I want you to dim the lights. I think it's very important to start to visually reduce some of that and start dimming the lights. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and start relaxing your body. Consider doing some PM yoga, consider doing some stretching, maybe some progressive muscle relaxation. But the truth is, we do carry a lot of the stress in our body, in our muscles. So it's very important for our body to start releasing some of that stress. The next thing I want you to do is go ahead and do some cleaning routines, meaning either wash your face or take a hot shower. But most importantly, one of my favorite recommendations to all my clients is to be mindful as you're washing your face, washing your hands, brushing your teeth, or having a full body shower. What do I mean by being mindful and intentional? So the truth is, most of us have some imaginary conversation while we're taking a shower. We're so mindless, and we're either thinking about things that have happened earlier in the day or the things we're going to do. And that's okay, that happens. But I do want you to pause. And again, if this is about washing your face, which only takes a few minutes, I want you to pay attention to the water touching your skin. And I do want you to visualize and use the analogy that the water is cleaning off all the stress of the day, all the tension, all the worry, all the concerns, all the responsibilities that you were engaged in that kind of sticked on you. I want you to allow the water, again, only maybe through your face or your whole body, wash it away from you. And it's just a visualization that can help you and allow you to receive the relaxation that can come from the shower, the washing of the face. Next thing, I do want you to focus on some meditation. And this could be short as 3 minutes. I recommend apps available on your phone, Headspace, 10% Happier. Those are two of my favorites. And again, you can start something small as 3 minutes breathing technique. You can also utilize additional activities like reading some books that are relaxing, journaling, and some people also like to enjoy drinking some herbal tea, hot tea. There are a few differences we can all have in our evening routine. So I do want you to play around. I do want you to make sure that you use things that are pleasurable for you. But most importantly, I want you to go ahead and make some changes. I know I walk you through an hour-long evening routine, and that could feel very overwhelming, and it may feel like I don't have time for this. I have kids, I have this, I don't have time for it. And that's okay. I believe you. I do want you to not give up. This doesn't have to be all or nothing thing. I maybe can have you start with 20 minutes. 20 minutes of evening routine that includes dimming the lights, putting your phone away, having a tea for a few minutes, meditating a few minutes, and stretching. Something very short. And all can just happen within 20 minutes. But make sure to start somewhere and consider making your evening routines more relaxing. So like I said earlier, it's about having closure from the day. In my morning routine episode, I shared with you one of my favorite quotes, affirmation from Brené Brown. And it's something that I can actually change a little bit and apply to my evening routine, which is, no matter what got done today, no matter what is left undone today, I am enough. And then you can get ready for a restful sleep. So make sure to share on the comments below any questions you have, any challenges you run into, or any ideas you have for a good evening routine. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified of my latest episode. And you can also connect with me through Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for listening.